Today we're going to be looking at a pretty obscure but also a pretty unique Banpresto Mario plush set. And while this definitely has to be one of the weirdest Mario plush sets that Banpresto ever made, as it was just kind of a concept that you would never really think would actually be made. But apparently someone at Banpresto's company thought about it, and apparently they made them into plushes, so yeah, it's definitely a really unique plush set that's pretty strange. So yeah, with all that said, welcome to a look at the Banpresto Hammer Mario plush set. Starting off with the first plush in the set, we have the Mario. Now first off, let's talk about what these plushes actually have in them that make them so unique, and well, these plushes are actually hammers. And well, on the back of all of these plushes, you have this what seems to be like a plastic material on the back of it which you could hold, and when you hit the Mario plush down, it actually makes noise. As though something inside of it makes it so that when you hit the Mario plush or any other plush in a set down, it makes a squeaky noise. So yeah, it's definitely a really strange concept, and I have no idea why they made this, but yeah, for some reason they didn't. They actually made them for a few years. As though this plushie was actually in production for around 2 to 3 years, so yeah, they actually made them for a while, surprisingly. And for the actual Mario plush itself, the entire plush is basically made out of a taffeta material. And well, for some extra details on the face like the eyes and the mustache, it uses plastic material for the eyes, so they could get chipped and damaged pretty easily, and the mustache could fall off because it's only glued on. But yeah, I do have to say, basically every single detail on the face looks really good in my opinion, especially the mustaches, though they got all the details and lumps on them correct. And while the emblem on the hat seems to be made out of a felt material, is most likely just glued on, so it could fall off. And well, for the overalls on this plush, the straps could get unstitched from the actual overalls themselves because they're only stitched on. The buttons on them seem to be made out of a feltish material, and they're only glued on once again. And well, for the Mario plush itself, it can't actually stand up that well, as well the legs aren't stuffed at all. Now I'm assuming this plush never was meant to stand up, as well the legs are just really skinny and barely have any stuffing in them. And well, same thing with the arms, even though they're not as skinny, they still don't really have a lot of stuffing in them for whatever reason. But yeah, for the actual Mario plush, I would say that they did a good job with it, and for some reason on his right hand is for some reason always standing up a bit bigger than his left hand, as though there seems to be something in his hand that's making it stand up better than the other one for whatever reason. But yeah, overall for the design of the plush is really not that bad, and they did a pretty good job with it in my opinion. And if you want to get this plush, you could look on eBay and Mercari, and you could expect this to sell for around $35 to $50. Moving on, we have the Luigi plush. Now this plush uses the exact same eyes as the Mario plush, so once again they could get damaged pretty easily because they're made out of plastic. And well, Luigi has a surprise expression on his face, and his mustache is also really nicely made, as though they actually got a good amount of detail with the felt material of their mustaches. But yeah, the green used on the Luigi is actually inaccurate, as well, but uses a really lime green color instead of using a darker green color like it's supposed to. But yeah, for the emblem on the hat, once again, it seems to be made out of felt material. It could probably fall off pretty easily because it's probably only glued on. And well, for the buttons on the overalls are once again made out of felt, and they're only glued on, and once again he cannot stand up because his legs are just really skinny and they have no stuffing in them basically. And well, unlike Mario, he's actually holding a hammer, which is pretty cool for a hammer Mario plush that you could actually use as a hammer to be holding a hammer. But yeah, I have no idea which piece of art they used to base off this plush sizzle, but I have no idea when any time Luigi has held a hammer. But yeah, this entire plush just seems to be kind of understuffed in the arms and also inside of the hammer, so they sometimes kind of look weird. But yeah, once again, just like the Mario plush, they actually did a pretty good job with the details, especially on the faces. They got the shocked expression pretty well, and the mustache looked pretty good. But yeah, just like the Mario plush, you could get this plush on eBay and Mercari for around $35 to $50, mattering on the condition of it. Moving on to the next plush, we have the Yoshi. Now, one thing that's really cool about this Yoshi plush is that it actually has a baby Mario on the back of it. The most likely reason for this is that Yoshi's Island probably came out very shortly before this plush set was made, so that's probably why they added Baby Mario to the back of him. But yeah, for the actual Yoshi plush, not including the Baby Mario, it actually looks pretty good. And well, the only really bad part about this plush is that the face kind of looks weird as well, but doesn't really have a lot of stuffing in it, so it's not really that defined, and also it just doesn't really look that good in a lot of spots of the face. You know, Yoshi's legs are also really understuffed, but one thing that's really strange is that Yoshi's legs are actually pretty long for whatever reason. Which obviously they're not supposed to be like that, so I don't know why they made them like that. And it also makes his feet look pretty weird because the legs are just really skinny, but the feet are pretty big. But yeah, it's definitely not the best Yoshi plush that was ever made, but it's still really not that bad if you think about it, as well. Even though the face and everything could get understuffed, it still somewhat looks good, especially mattering on which plush you get, as well some have more stuffing than others. And well, for the baby Mario on the back of the Yoshi, the eyes and eyebrows are made out of an iron-on material, and same thing with the emblem. And well, for the rest of the plushes, doesn't really look that bad, and the only really bad part about it is that it's not really that well stuffed. I have also seen a few pictures of it missing from the plush as well. It could get unstitched because it's only stitched onto the Yoshi plush. That will most likely not happen unless if you take really bad care of the plush. But yeah, just like the others, you can find it on eBay and Mercari, but not for cheap at all, as well. Unlike the other plushes I sell at most for around $50, this one sells for multiple hundreds usually. As well, a lot of the times when I see this plush for sale, it sells for around $200, if not more if it's in mint condition, so yeah, it'll actually be a pretty expensive plush to get. Moving on to the next plush, we have the Donkey Kong. Now, for this Donkey Kong plush, it actually seems that they stuffed this plush a bit better than the Yoshi plush, as well. Most of the details on the face are actually pretty well defined. And well, same thing with his arms, as well. The muscles on his arms seem to be pretty defined, but that's also made by stitching as well. But yeah, the eyes and nose seem to be made out of an iron-on material, so they could get cracked and damaged pretty easily. And for the tie on this plush, I don't really know what material the DK logo is made out of, but whatever it is most likely either felt or iron-on, but both could get damaged. And well, from what I can tell, the tie actually seems to be two different pieces of material, as well. For some reason, on some plushes, it looks like he has two ties. I have no idea why it looks like that sometimes. It just seems that they use two different materials for whatever reason. But yeah, just like the other plushes in this set, the legs once again for some reason aren't that well stuffed. I don't really know why they do that as well, but it would have looked a lot better for Donkey Kong to actually be standing up as well. He just kind of sits weirdly on his legs. But yeah, he's holding a banana which is only stitched onto his hand, so once again, I have seen a few pictures that have him missing the banana, but that'll most likely not happen unless if you take really bad care of the plush. But yeah, you can find him on eBay and Mercari, and usually I see him sell for around $80 to $100, mattering on the condition of it, but it could sell for more. And moving on to by far the rarest plush in the entire set, we have the Diddy Kong. Now, while I was researching some stuff for this video, I was only able to find one image of Diddy Kong. And I honestly have no idea why I was only able to find one image of him as well. The others have plenty of images of them online and also have plenty of listings of them, but this one just doesn't seem to have any of that. And it's not like this plush was discontinued before the others. It was produced for 3 years just like every single other plush in the set, so I have no clue why it's so rare. Now, for the actual plush itself, the hat seems to just be part of the plush instead of just being stitched on. It is missing the Nintendo logo on the hat. But that's most likely just because at the time, Diddy Kong wasn't really shown with the Nintendo logo on his hat most of the time. And well, for the eyes, just like the Donkey Kong, it's most likely made out of an iron-on material and his mouth is wide open. His face once again seems to be pretty nicely stuffed, just like the Donkey Kong, but his arms kind of seem to be not that well stuffed, but it's kind of hard to tell from this one image. And I'm assuming just like every single other plush in the set, the legs probably aren't that well stuffed, meaning that he probably can't stand up well at all. And well, just like basically every single other plush in the set, he's holding something unique, being a barrel. But I'm guessing just like Donkey Kong and Yoshi, which other parts of the plush could get unstitched from each other, I'm guessing the barrel could as well. But I'm assuming that will only happen if you don't take good care of the plush, but that obviously wouldn't happen as well. This plush is extremely rare, so you would obviously take good care of it. And well, they also seem to be missing the stars on his shirt as well. From this one image that I found of it, it doesn't really seem that he has them on there. But yeah, one thing that's pretty cool about this plush is that it was actually one of the earliest Diddy Kong plushes that were ever made. I'm pretty sure it was the first Diddy Kong plush to be included in a Mario plush set instead of being included in a Donkey Kong plush set. But yeah, the most likely chance that you find this plush is either on Yahoo Japan Auctions or eBay, but I have no idea how much this plush would sell for, but it would probably sell for hundreds of dollars, but I've never seen one for sale. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please like and subscribe and comment down below which plush it is your favorite, and yeah, have a great day.